Hey guys, this is Abhishek from GadgetsToUse.com, and today we are going to do the quick comparison of these two phones, which is the new Motorola Moto X style and we have the new Nexus 5X. Both of these two phones actually come very close to each other in terms of the overall price at which they are being sold in India. We are going to compare these two phones in this video and we will tell you which one is the best. We will compare them on the basis of build quality, the overall form factor they have, the camera performance they give you, the kind of display clarity you get, the battery performance you get on these two phones, and all of the things which may matter to you in case you plan to buy any of these two. So let's start with the comparison and let's start with the build quality first of all. On the build quality department and the looks, I would say the new Motorola Moto X style is definitely a better looking phone if you compare it with the new Nexus 5X, which has got the same kind of build quality as we have seen last year. It has remained plastic just like the one which we have seen last year. It is again light in terms of the weight compared to the Moto X style, but because of the plastic, the build quality is actually not that good compared to the metal like build quality we have got on Moto X style. We have got metal on the edges and at the back we have got a very smooth rubberized finishing, which again will give you a very good feel when you hold this phone in hand. On the display front, I would like to point out certain things which are there on these two phones. Again, both of them has got better displays, bigger displays compared to their predecessors last year. So in terms of the display size, it has been increased on the new Moto X style, which has got a 5.7 inch display, and we have got 5.5 inch display, which is also a increased display size compared to the Nexus 5 last year. So both of these devices have got bigger displays and better resolution as well. The Nexus 5X has got full high definition panel, which is 1080p, and this one has got quad HD display, which is 1440p. So in terms of the pixel densities, they are kind of close to each other. In day-to-day usage, you won't notice any difference, but if we talk about the viewing angles, both of these are IPS LCD displays, but the viewing angles are slightly better on the new Motorola Moto X style. Display brightness is also higher on the new Moto X style as compared to the Nexus 5X. So in terms of the overall display clarity, viewing angles, and the kind of color production you see on these two devices, I would say Moto X style is slightly a better phone. On the user interface department, both the Nexus 5X and Motorola Moto X style are identical. Both of them gives you very good stock Android vanilla experience. So you get Android 6.0 preloaded on the Nexus 5X, whereas the same is about to come on the Moto X style. So in terms of the overall user experience, I have noticed the user experience is pretty smooth on both of these. However, the Nexus 5X actually has got Android 6.0, which is very smooth and responsive in day-to-day usage, and I have not noticed this device lagging even for once. So in terms of the overall experience as of now, if I compare, the new Moto X style right now have got Android Lollipop, whereas this one has got Marshmallow. And Marshmallow on the Nexus 5X actually is very smooth and responsive, but the same I cannot say about the Moto X style because this device is about to get Android 6.0, and let's see what happens after that. As of now, the Nexus 5X actually leads in the user interface department and the kind of smoothness you get on the user interface. In memory department, the Nexus 5X has got 32 GB of storage and the Moto X style has also got the same storage. So in terms of the storage, they are close to each other. They are almost identical. They also give you almost the same amount of free available storage out of 32 GB, which is the user available storage. When it comes to RAM, Moto X style actually takes the lead with 3 GB of RAM, whereas we have got 2 GB of RAM on the new Nexus 5X. The overall day-to-day usage and performance of these two phones is good enough. Both of them are smooth and responsive. But the overall long-term usage or heavy usage, you will see the 3 GB of RAM will give you a better performance with heavy usage like playing high definition videos or playing high definition games compared to what you get on the Nexus 5X. Although both of them has got the same CPU and the same GPU, but the overall performance will be impacted in long-term usage with more amount of RAM on Moto X style compared to less amount of RAM on Nexus 5X. Battery is one of the most important thing when you plan to buy a flagship phone like Moto X style or a Nexus 5X. But again, in terms of the battery, they do differ. We have a bigger battery on the Moto X style, which is 3000 milliampere, and we have got 2700 milliampere battery on the Nexus 5X, which is actually slimmer compared to the Moto X style, but this one has also got lower battery. In terms of day-to-day usage and performance, both of these devices will give you around 1 day of battery backup easily without any issues. But in terms of the overall screen on time, we have got more screen on time on the Moto X Style compared to what we have got on the Nexus 5X. On the screen on time, if we talk about the average time we have got on the Moto X Style, it was approximately 3 to 4 hours as compared to 2 to 3 hours of screen on time which we have got on Nexus 5X, which is definitely low. In terms of the overall day-to-day usage and performance, this is definitely going to impact, and I have actually got more battery backup on the new Moto X Style. Even it has got a bigger display size, a bigger resolution as well. The overall battery backup and the screen on time has been better on the new Moto X Style compared to Nexus 5X. Talking about the camera of the Moto X Style and the Nexus 5X, the Moto X Style has got 21 megapixel camera as compared to 12.3 megapixel camera at the back. Both of these devices have got option of recording 4K resolution video from the rear camera, and you can also record full high definition video, and slow motion video recording is also possible on both of them. But in terms of the overall pixel clarity, if you take the photos in low light, you will get better photos in terms of the overall brightness as well as in terms of the details and noise on the Moto X Style. However, when it comes to the low light performance of the Nexus 5X, it is better in terms of the overall colors which are being produced, and you can see some of the camera samples in front of you which have been taken from the new Moto X Style as well as from the Nexus 5X in the same light conditions, and you can see better colors on the photos of the Nexus 5X, but better clarity and better brightness on the photos which we have captured from the Moto X Style. Talking about the daylight performance, both of these devices are good in terms of the overall daylight performance. You can take good photos from the rear cameras. On the other hand, the front camera is performing good on both of them. You can take good selfies from both of these devices, and they come with wide angle. Gaming wise, both the Nexus 5X and the Moto X Style are equally good. Both of them can play high definition games without any issues. You can also do heavy processing on both of these devices, and in terms of the overall performance on the gaming front, I have found both of them to be equally good. Even when the Nexus 5X has got 2 GB of RAM, it does play the game smoothly, and the same thing you will experience on the Moto X Style as well. Now, to finally conclude my comparison, I would like to point out some of the good things you are getting on the Moto X Style and some of the good things you are getting on the Nexus 5X. Let's start with the Moto X Style. For the same price, you are getting a bigger display on the Moto X Style. You are getting a higher resolution display. You are getting a slightly better camera, more details, better low light performance. When we talk about the Nexus 5X, you are getting Android 6.0 preloaded, so you don't have to wait for it. You get a very smooth and responsive UI. The phone is also light compared to Moto X Style in terms of the overall weight comparison. But again, if it does matter to you, then definitely the Nexus 5X is lighter, it is smoother, and it is a very good experience as far as Android is concerned. However, the camera performance and the camera user interface is not that good. Again, the camera user interface is kind of basic on the Moto X Style as well, but in terms of the overall camera quality, the low light performance of the Moto X Style is better compared to Nexus 5X. So this is all we have to say as far as the quick comparison of these two phones. In case you want a better value for money, go for the Moto X Style, not for the Nexus 5X, because they are almost at the same price point when they are being sold in India. This is all I have. In case you have any queries and questions in this video, you can leave your queries and questions in the comment section below. You can like this video if this video helped you by clicking the like button below. You can subscribe to our YouTube video channel for more videos like this by clicking the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching this video. This is Abhishek signing off. Thank you.